Um, I grew up on a farm, pretty strong, and I had dozens of really good parachute jumps, but I had about seven really bad landings. Um, I'm 6'5", and I carried an M60 machine gun that with nothing in it weighs 26 pounds, a 45 pistol, and ammo for both, plus C rations. You remember C rations? Canned food. So it was pretty heavy, and I was pretty heavy, and we just used T10 shoot, which were pretty sure surplus from Vietnam. And one of the guys in my squad weighed, I think, 140 pounds, and I weighed 240 pounds. And we used the same size parachute. So, yeah, a few really bad landings. They clocked me once with an MP radar gun when I did not have my weapon or my pack with me, and they said I was doing about 37 miles an hour when I hit the drop zone. So when I was fully loaded, it had to be in the 40s. Um, and you get up, you jump up, and you roll that chute up, and you start humping. That's just all there is to it. One parachute jump, unfortunately, from a Chinook tailgate at 3,000 feet, we landed in the trees. And so I kind of ricocheted off the limbs until I was about halfway down through the tree and my parachute hung up. And we always carried a knife on the outside of our LCE just for that purpose to cut ourselves away if we needed to. And as I got my K-bar, started to pull my K-bar out, I heard the cracking of the branches overhead and felt myself starting to jolt down. So I got that K-bar back in the sheath very quickly, and then the limbs broke and I bounced on some really big ones before I came down and landed on my head and my shoulder. They said that's probably how I got the brain injury. And I've had cracked ribs ever since that will tell me whenever the weather's coming. So I got a weather thermometer. The first time I ever hurt my back really bad, though, was a soldier ran his car straight into an oak tree, fell asleep trying to get home after duty, I guess. Head into an oak tree, and there was smoke starting to come out of the engine when I got there. So I broke out the remaining glass from his driver's window and everything I had trying to pull him out of that vehicle before that engine caught fire, but just couldn't do it. Later, the fireman showed me that he had been pinned. The steering wheel was up in his rib cage and some other stuff in his legs, so there's no way I could have got him out of there. But yeah, there was a lot of things like that being an MP at Fort Bragg. Um, the uh, the surgeries, uh, they went in and they said that my Achilles tendon was just two little strings, like kite strings. It would split down the middle and was about to pop. And the head doctor said he didn't know how I walked in there. And they covered that with pig gut and sewed it up real tight. And then they went in and pulled out all the scar tissue and the pieces of the bone spurs that had kept breaking off. So I don't have any feeling in my left foot or calf pretty much. And now, since my back surgery, since my C5 blew out, um, I've lost feeling all the way up to the middle of my thigh on the right leg. So that's why I walk so funny. That's about it.
And carry a big stick.
And carry a big stick. Some days it takes two sticks, but you know what? The kayaking, I believe, wholeheartedly saved me from being in a wheelchair right now. I think that I would have just continued to deteriorate. And when I saw those kayaks on the videos on YouTube, and I went with the pedals up in front of you, like the Hobies have, and I went, that's exactly like the recumbent bike that they put me on at physical therapy. And I said, and the taxpayers are paying how much for that an hour? And I said, you mean I could be out doing it on the lake while I'm fishing and having birds fly by and stuff like that? Sign me up. We're done here. So I can't wait to share that with as many other people as possible. You can actually get better, even as you get older, by just getting out and doing something about it.